Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, this fella, Upamecano, is remarkably forward-thinking for a centre-back. I really like the way he's proactive in everything he does, often stepping out of that defensive line and pressing people much further up the pitch. It's risky business, but he can handle it.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Well-timed, excellent interception. Upamecano, this is a promising build-up. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, that's clever. Mbappe, he's picked his way through. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Bellingham. Gakpo. João Neves. Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far.
Gakpo really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Nuno Mendes. Bellingham. This looks promising. And a chance! Goal! Potw! And Potw are in front. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Potw have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Konate, that is ended up in no man's land. Looking for options for movement. Potw already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. That's a really buccaneering run he's making. Chouameni. And it's Bellingham. Chouameni looking to pass their way up the pitch. Mbappe! Mbappe is magnificent! About as smooth as it gets. And they're threatening to fly away here.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
Potw are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Bellingham knocks it into space. Decent chance! Pedro Porro getting this one clear. Oh, that's a key interception. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Oh, great feat, that.
Mbappe, and he shoots! Relentless, just relentless. They are purring, truly purring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Potw find a position of real strength now.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
João Neves, It's run loose here. And it's Timber. Mbappe receives it in a wide position. Surely! Oh, and one more try! And it's in! And they are right back within touch! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Norway may be down, but not out just yet. Potw heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Half-time getting close now. Bellingham. Good ball, good take. João Neves. And Konate. Chouameni.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Mbappe! And once more he proves rigid and robust. Now it's Bellingham. Bellingham. Good, strong midfield running here. That's a little off target. And the referee has blown for half-time.
Potw are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Potw largely dominant, up by 2 at the break. The scoreline 3-1. Here is the first touch of the second half. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gakpo. Big chance!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Mbappe. And it's Neves. Chouameni. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Gakpo does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Now it's Gakpo. Gakpo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Great vision. Saliba cuts out the pass. Well, a glitch with the range. Chance for a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. João Neves. Real chance! Off the post! And he's stuck it away! Up by 3! They have their boots on the throats of their foes. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
So we have movement on both benches. It's starting to look like a done deal now. Trying to get out of a very sticky situation. And it's Messi. Messi ploughing through the middle. And the shot! And he hits the net! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Quality ball. Eze. Tries to play it through. Takes a shot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Well, it goes to show you there's a lot you can do if you have willing runners like that. You'll always get that chance. And it's quite direct from them. It's actually quite long from back to front.
Dembele being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
This is Dembele. Saliba does really well to win the ball there. Saliba defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And it's Potw. Tries to cross.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Potw are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Xhaka.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Konate. Oh, that's fabulous. Messi. And he's there to clear it. Corner then.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Hakimi. And the return pass. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Eze.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Van Dijk calmly anticipates. And it's Eze. Granit Xhaka. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Xhaka. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Hakimi. Konate. Messi. And the shot! Oh, off the bar! That's good play. Xhaka's cross. Looking for a runner. Good ball over the top. Now it's Haaland. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Granit Xhaka. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Can he get on the end of this? Rice. Now Rodgers. Threads one in. And it's Hakimi. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. And that's that. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi Peter, it's great.
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Senhoras e senhores, temos o prazer de informar que os programas da partida de hoje estão disponíveis nos balcões ao lado dos portões.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So straight into the action. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I see this guy up at Meccano as a very modern-day centre-back. Quick, good with his feet, confident moving the ball out of defence. I mean, if you're a team like many of the good ones that like to play out from the back, then this Frenchman really is your perfect fit.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Now it's Mbappe, and it's Mendes. Gakpo. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham. João Neves. Now it's Thuram. Oh, good spread. Neither side especially adventurous early on. That's a shade optimistic.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Spread neatly. Nuno Mendes. Oh, played right into his path. Potw could move up a gear here. Saliba spots it and intercepts.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Gakpo. Timber getting forward. Potw are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not?
Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield, you really need willing runners who aren't looking to just get to the defensive line, but to go beyond it.
Oh, brilliant stop from Potw! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Opts to play it back, and it's Potw. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Thuram. He's got away. And he shoots! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Potw. Timber. Back to the keeper it goes. And it's Potw. Saliba. Potw. Pinches it off him. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Timber. And the counter is on. Timber making good progress. Potw. No, that's been intercepted. Played back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
And here's Bellingham. And the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Bellingham is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. And it's hoisted clear.
Potw
are looking to go forward now. Bellingham. And here's Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And it's Mendes. Oh, cracking ball. Bellingham. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. And it's Timber. Chouameni supplying the width on this right-hand side. This looks promising. Threads one in, and he's picked it up out wide. Look at the space here. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Potw! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Potw have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Showing good feet. And the referee says that is that for the first half. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Potw just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Potw can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score.
Camisa 20.
We're on the move again.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Now it's Haaland. That's been intercepted. And the pass is intercepted. Can he spark a counter here? Bellingham. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Corner number 3 coming up. And that has been cleared. Potw have the chance to go the other way. Bellingham. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Now they could break here. João Neves was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Martinez. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's Hakimi. Bellingham, and he's in on goal. Now that's a fine challenge. Potw are still that goal to the good. Potw. Now it's Bellingham. Takes on his marker. Now, can they get him away? Mbappe! He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
Mbappe cannot be that slow, and it took the sting out of the break, and a big chance wasted.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Camisa 25, camisa 5, deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 18, camisa 41, camisa 8, camisa 23. Substituição.
And here's Mbappe. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's not looking good, Peter. You can't just stop playing once you've gone out.
And the finish! It's a goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Substituição em andamento.
Norway making further changes here, and in quick succession. Well, there's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He is through here. Shot could be on. He's had a shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. Norway get their fourth corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. Martinez, he is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
And it's Koundé. Koundé. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Granit Xhaka. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Dembele. Oh, that's neat. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Messi driving forward. Tries a shot!
Teremos uma substituição.
They're up to 5 corners now. And it's been taken short. Cross into the box. And that has been cleared.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Played into space.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Messi. Driving on and making good progress. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Great defending, strong and determined. And they can counter here. Looking for options for movement. Skims one in. Upamecano with the clearance. Timber scooting forward. And he gets rid in a hurry. Potw.
That's good play from him.
Oh, important interception.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And it's Hernandez.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Ahmad. Wissa. Now it's Messi. Distributed tidily.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Well, that looks a decent ball. And he's managed to get free. Granit Xhaka. Now, what about a counter-attack? That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, that's well spotted. And that's that. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We are just getting started.
Thuram really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
That's a sharp pass. Now it's Olise. He's picked his way through. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Potw clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now it's Neves. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
João Neves was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Gives it back. Wriggles his way through. And here's Thuram. And he's gone back. Thuram! Oh, it's come loose. Great defending, strong and determined. So it is still 0-0. The most accurate pass. João Neves. Tries a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Norway have the chance to go the other way. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France. I see a lot of bravery and courage, and I think they're words you associate with somebody who is very good in both boxes.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Bellingham. Olise, and he's running through. Goes for a shot! Oh, it rattles the bar! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, that would have gone down as a bit of a waste. You're in a great position and you end up massively frustrated.
That is good progress on the left.
Potw always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
Potw. Lovely pass, but can he get there? No, he's not getting past him there. Hakimi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Mbappe. Bellingham ploughing through the middle. Hakimi made a search from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. And here's Thuram. Looking to play him in. That is good alertness. And he's quick to snatch it back. Olise. Now it's Olise. Olise unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He's had it taken off him. And it's Potw. And here's Gakpo. Heading backwards.
Not a lot more he could do there.
And here's Bellingham. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Hakimi. João Neves. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Mbappe. And the referee has blown for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So neither side yet off the mark.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. So neither side has yet broken through. And it's made its way to him. Nicely weighted ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Olise. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Tura. And the counter is on. He's looking wide. João Neves has it in a wide position. Shoots! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
Mbappe looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Thuram wins the duel this time. Bellingham with the clearance. João Neves. Gakpo. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Knocks it into space. Mbappe. And a chance! And he should have made them pay.
Mbappe deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Konate. Timber producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, that's fabulous. Looking for options for movement. He is through here. João Neves. Brilliantly cut out. Decent chance! And that's a tidy finish. They've done it. Finally, they've broken through. Gakpo duly reaped his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Substituição no time do Botafogo. Camisa 25. Camisa
So
6.
changes afoot here, and from
Camisa
both
5.
sides.
Camisa 10.
So the first goal of the game.
Camisa 20.
Well, when the going gets tough,
Camisa
etc.,
7.
they can still turn this round, I think.
Para a entrada de
That's
camisa
exactly
8.
what they need to keep
Camisa
doing.
41.
Carry on plugging away, and
Camisa
eventually you
15.
might just get that little
Camisa
break.
18.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more
Camisa
urgent
9.
now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Substituição.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to...
Chance for a shot!
Potw really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Dembele. It's a pretty loose pass. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped.
It's Dembele! And that could have brought them level.
Dembele clearly wanted to level things up in a hurry here. It didn't quite come off for him, but top marks for the effort.
It's their second corner of the game.
Substituição.
Rice plays it short. Martinez! Deftly away. Norway are looking to go forward now. That has not gone well. Shifted it to the flank. He has found the way through. And he's well positioned here. Messi! Oh, and that should have been two.
Messi really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
They've played it short. Potw picks it up out wide. And he shoots!
Norway nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
That is a brilliant interception. Botafogo do have a chance to counter here. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Yildiz. And here's Dembele. It's Dembele! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Chouameni. Yildiz purring through the gears.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Potw really were made to rue their ineptitude, if I can put it like that. Defended...